Health matters. Hi, I'm Isabel. I'm Bolton's Youth MP and I'm currently in Year 11. I've created this resource to look at both physical and mental health and how they actually impact one another. I'm not here to tell you must do this, that, and the other and exactly how you should live your life. This is a resource that's been created by consulting with lots of different agencies and organisations and young people to share the most useful information and services you can access all in one place. You might think you don't need this, you're not really struggling, but at some point everyone experiences some kind of exam stress or anxieties or worries. And if you've got a bank of knowledge all about what things you can do or where you can find help just in case you or a friend ever need it. Because, and this is different from school to school, there are either little resources available or they're unhelpful and inform you just skip through them or switch off. But learning to look after your health is so important, it's a life skill. And I'm hoping this resource can help people before they get to a point of crisis and need to access CAMHS. Across Greater Manchester, 83% of young people have said their mental health has declined. This was from the Be Well survey you might have done in school. And in Bolton alone, we've had 906 clicks of the emergency button on the Be Kind to Mine website. Support is needed now more than ever. So today, I'll be covering a range of topics, first looking at being connected, then looking after yourself, then sleep, mindfulness, food, moving, activities and hobbies, and then finally, youth action. As I mentioned before, I've worked with Be Well to get statistics and facts that are just for Bolton. I've consulted with school nurses, Public Health England, Bolton Council with Let's Keep Bolton Moving. I've spoken to young people using Bolton Youth Voice and Youth Council and the Greater Manchester Integrated Care Partnership. I've worked with Greater Sports, which is funded by Sport England, and the Be Kind to My website that was made by Bolton Youth Council that contains all the services in Bolton, all around support and mental health. So as you can see, there's a lot of people behind this, not just me. Staying connected is invaluable, not isolating yourself. Being connected tackles one of the biggest issues that came out of COVID, loneliness. And I think the pandemic has really drilled home how important it is to stay connected face to face. One of the great ways to do this is being part of groups and clubs. When you join new groups, you get to make new friends and create a routine that's away from school and family that you want to do. You go each week relying on that structure. Not everyone might want to do sports, but there's so many things out there in Bolton for all different interests. I've just got a few on here, like Activity at the Octagon, who run a youth theatre group, and a group called Headspace, that's a creative group that looks at tackling the stigma around mental health. Also, you've got the Proud Trust, runs a group called Planet Rainbow, which is a group for young lesbian, gay, bisexual and trans people in Bolton for ages 13 to 19. And there are free youth clubs out there like Be the Change, Bolton Youth Voice. I would urge anyone to reach out to friends or family and get involved in different groups if you can. Self-care is about being kind to yourself. Everyone has their ups and downs, and that's okay. But it's important that you try to meet your basic needs, keeping up with your hygiene, brushing your teeth, showering. It's hard sometimes when you're not feeling your best. But by having routines in place you can follow can massively help with your mood, recover from setbacks, and try and reduce stress. A question for you all. Do you know how long your screen time is every day? Whenever I look at mine, it's always much higher than I thought it would be. You can, when you go on your phone and go into the settings and your screen time will be there. According to Be Well, on average, young people in Greater Manchester spend a minimum of 4.5 hours just on social media. That's a lot. And when does it get too much? Social media can be used for positive things, expanding businesses and networks, but a lot of young people do compare themselves to others and feel that they're not as have the Instagram-worthy lives, and all that comparing can really bring your mood down and affect your self-esteem. You can also have a lot of cyberbullying and feel like you've missed out. I think it's really important to be more mindful of how much time you spend online and how that's affecting you. It may be different to others, but I always feel like I've just wasted my time just scrolling. You have nothing to lose, so just try it. Positive self-talk. Just like the post-it note says, it's not beating yourself up every time you make a mistake. You're not perfect. No one is, no matter what their Instagram highlights say. Self-care is about looking after yourself so that you can be healthy, you can be well, do school, help, do everything you want to do. So you might do this by having boundaries set, so you're managing your expectations, so you don't expect yourself to revise for an entire day. So you've got that balance, so you can do this by making sure you've got breaks away from your phone, work, whatever to unwind, and also accepting how you're feeling. And a major thing is acknowledging you, your own emotions and thoughts. Trying to be more self-aware by understanding what your limits are, what causes you to feel overwhelmed and stressed. Sleep. Getting better sleep can have a positive impact on every aspect of your life. It helps your brain take information better, helps with your memory, you look better, it helps with exercise and sport, and just your overall energy levels. So, do you know how much sleep you actually get? Do you have a routine? Young people should be getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep each night to function. So, if you know you're not, maybe now it is time to think about how to get better sleep. To get better sleep, the number one tip is to create a routine. A routine prepares you for rest. So you're going to bed at the same time, doing the same things before bed, like listening to music or reading, or calm activities so you can wind down. And try to avoid your phone for an hour before bed because the blue light from the screen interferes with sleep. And even food has an impact. Eating too much or too little near bedtime can disrupt or prevent sleep. So if you're worried about how much sleep you're getting or your lack of sleep is impacting your mental health or your day-to-day life, you could use Chat Health, where you can speak directly via text with a professional nurse, or you can contact your GP, or check out Teen Sleep Hub, which is a fab website that has lots of experts' advice, videos for young people that could help. Mindfulness. Everyone seems to be put off by it, but what do you think of when you think of mindfulness? Colouring? But it's not just about colouring in or meditating. It's being away from your phone and being able to step back, not worry about the past or the future, but be right here in the present. Or getting distance between you and the things that are causing you stress. You can do this by taking a walk. Being outside nature always makes me feel so calm and refreshed. Just not being put off by the word mindful and giving it a go. So this is a technique that's really popular and helpful. When you have a chance, just give it a go. So you need to name 5 things you can see around you, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. And this grounds you in the moment by forcing you to look up at the room at times when you might feel stressed or worried. Food. Love a bit of chocolate, but I'm not going to eat it for my breakfast dinner tea. It's all about having everything in moderation. Food is fuel, and it's so important you eat all 3 meals a day. So that actually means having breakfast, which I never used to do, and all my friends never did because we just never had time in the morning. But if you think about it, it's been a long time since you last ate, and you need to boost your energy levels with the power of a good breakfast. Most young people don't drink enough water, and so that's an easy fix, is to bring a water bottle around with you. And in the morning, you need to make sure you've got a glass of water beside you. We all know about the importance of eating well, a balanced diet, to make you feel good and happy. So I'm challenging you instead to look at these quick 15-minute recipes on BBC Good Foods and try and make them at home. This means you're at least cooking one thing each day that's not prepackaged or put in the microwave. Think about the ingredients that are in your food, and it's fun. And there's me with a picture of a Car's pasty. I couldn't really find any pictures of me eating, so that's the only one I've got. Car's is way better than Greg's, by the way. If you have any worries about your eating habits, do not worry what people think or anything like that. Just talk to somebody. Family, teachers, even speaking to a friend can help with any worries. Or you can speak to Chat Health, school nurses, or GP. Do not be afraid of talking to somebody. Lots of young people I consulted with talked about being intimidated to go to the gym or not having like the gym wear and body, sports clubs being too expensive, and feeling like they're out of place or don't fit in with the gym lifestyle or that image that's all over Instagram and social media. But I'm here to tell you, anyone can get moving, do sport with any body type or identity. You don't need to have the ideal body to get moving. But it's incredibly important to get moving. It could be as simple as walking, cycling to school, or hiking, or even downloading the free Couch to 5K app and having a go. On the Let's Keep Bolton Moving website, you can search for any activity class you want to do, and it will list all the available ones near you and have all the information you need. So let's get moving. Also, being physically active can help with the environment, and it makes you feel good, boosts your mood, because the dopamine that's just released after you exercise. So you might not be super motivated to start moving, but afterwards you will. So give it a go. You might not enjoy it, but you could try something new. If you hated doing YouTube workouts, maybe cycling's more your thing. And speaking of bikes, Cycle to Health Scheme is a service which aids and gifts refurbished bicycles to sport communities in Bolton. But don't put loads of pressure on yourself. The best thing to do is start small. You don't need to be lifting hundreds of pounds or running for miles on end to feel better. Moving a little bit more than you once did is great and should be celebrated. You should be kind to yourself. Youth Action. So these are all the youth action groups that run in Bolton. These are groups where you can get involved in important decisions that are about to be made and things that affect young people. It's how I've created this whole session. So I've worked with agencies and decision makers to make sure things are put into action and youth voice is heard. So you've got Be the Change for 11 to 25-year-olds. They do lots of community activities and programs for young people of any background. Youth Leads is for young people aged 14 to 24 years old, and they run lots of amazing skills development programs and even publish their own magazine. Young people aged 13 to 19 can be part of the Bolton Next Step group and Voice for You for people who are looked after in Bolton, getting their voice heard and making positive changes. And Bolton Youth Council or Youth Voice is for young people aged 13 to 19, and they create and deliver events like the Youth Environment Summit and the World Mental Health Days, and they created Be Kind to Mind campaign and website where you can access lots of different services. Youth Action develops confidence, looks great in CV, gives you opportunities to plan and deliver events, go on trips, volunteering opportunities, and to stay connected. And build connections with massive organisations and charities. You get to follow your interests on the things that you want to change. I would highly recommend it to everybody. Here are just 2 quick mentions of fantastic websites. So you've got Every Mind Matters, it's a campaign run by the NHS that you can answer a few questions to get a mind plan for a personalised action plan with tips and advice. And it's got lots of helpful videos. Be Kind to Mind is Bolton based, so it has everything young people in Bolton will need for services, where you can go for help, and A to Z mental health. And you've got the Bolton Healthy Minds Action Group for young people aged 13 to 19 that focuses on challenging the stigma of mental health, and they work with the Bolton Clinical Commissioning Group to promote the Be Kind to Mind website. So that's been a lot of information you've heard today, and I hope there's been at least 1 or 2 things that you've made you think and reflect on small changes that you could make in your day-to-day life to help with your physical and mental well-being. I will leave you with my final message. Everyone is different. Not everyone is the same. Try small changes at your own pace and be kind to yourself. You don't have to be perfect. I hope you all have a fab day. Thank you.